Hey everybody, my name is Carter McLean and I am here at Sweetwater checking out this beautiful new exclusive Ludwig kit in Beacon Blue, and it's a Legacy Maple kit with an exotic interior. My regular gig in New York City is at the Lion King on Broadway. I've been playing that show for 23 years this year. A lot of fun, really cool drum book, and then I also tour with Charlie Hunter, do other stuff with a band called Victoria, and I also teach and do clinics all over the planet. Okay, so this kit, the standard configuration you can get is 10, 12, 16, 22. I have a 14 and a 13 that are added on here. I like having a kind of a drum to hit on either side to keep it balanced. But this is a really beautiful kit, and just the standard configuration, you could get away with a ton of stuff. So the sound of the kit is incredible. It's a little bit thicker than a normal Legacy Maple kit, and I think it cuts a tiny bit more, and maybe it's a slightly darker, higher pitch. But it sounds like a Legacy kit to me, which I have at home and absolutely love. Everything Ludwig is putting out right now is absolutely stunning. So I'm super pleased with it. We just put these heads on, tuned it in 2 seconds, and sounds incredible, as you can hear. This beautiful snare drum is a Black Beauty 6.5 by 14 tube lugs. It's got die-cast black nickel hardware, and it's got a satin nickel finish on the shell. And my favorite, P86 throw-off, the new revised one, which is beautiful. And as you can hear, the drum is pretty crushing. It sounds incredible. And I barely tuned it, and it sounds amazing. So really, really great job. What I love about this kit and all of the Ludwig drums that I have, and what drew me to this company, was it sounds silly, but they sound like what drums sound like in my head. They just feel like when I hit a 16-inch floor tom, that's what it should sound like. And whether it's this kit or a classic Maple kit, Ludwig has figured out and has had it figured out for a long time. They also feel really nice to play. They give you something back, where some drums I play kind of feel like it sucks the energy out of your playing, and these give you energy back, which I really appreciate. They're also really resonant and open if you want to tune them kind of that way, and if you want to muffle them up a little bit and get kind of a rock, punk, pop, kind of punchy thing, they do that really well. These are wide open and tuned kind of, medium low, and they just sing. Especially the floor toms. Some companies, you get to the floor toms and they just kind of die out a little bit. These things sing as much as a 10-inch rack tom, which is really incredible that they can have that happen. I just love the way they sound, and also just the way they feel. They're incredible drums. The whole thing is black nickel hardware, the hoops, the lugs, the tension rods, the brackets, everything's got that, and the badge, everything. So that's pretty stunning. And then contrasting that with the Beacon Blue finish is beautiful. And then you look on the inside of the drum, and there's an exotic lacewood ply on the inside of all of these, which I'm sure you can see, and they're stunning in person, especially when you see it offset with the re-rings in the shell. It's really, really beautiful. And the cool thing is you could play this on a pop gig, you could play this on a singer-songwriter gig. I mean, this color kind of goes with any situation, and a very unique look as well. So it's pretty stunning in person. This is a different setup, obviously. It's a component shell pack. This is a 12, 14, and a 20-inch kick drum. I've got the kick drum heads kind of cranked up and the toms are cranked up a little bit more. And this is more how I would typically set up my kit if I was doing a gig or playing at home. This is kind of more comfortable for me. As you can tell, it sounds like a completely different instrument. And that's the versatility of the Ludwig stuff, is you can have them sound like really punchy, fat, pop rock kind of sounding drums, change the heads out to like a coated head, tune them up a little bit, and you're in a completely different zone that sounds really, really great. And this particular set sounds really, really warm and also super resonant at the same time. The sets that I have at home are a bunch of different series that Ludwig has. So at Lion King, I use a classic Maple kit, which kind of is, it covers a really broad spectrum of things, but it's got a little bit more cut, I would say. So it's great cutting through a whole orchestra. So that kit is amazing for that kind of thing. At my studio at home, I have a Legacy Maple kit, kind of similar to this, a little bit different. That I have usually coated heads on the bass drum, tuned up for a little bit more resonant, open sound, kind of in this configuration. 12, 14, 20 or 12, 14, 18 I also really like. They have an oak series of drums that sound incredible, that I think are maybe like project a little bit more to my ear, and they kind of have a low and a high kind of boost. So for heavier music or kind of rock stuff, that series is amazing. And then I have a new kit that's like kind of like a Legacy mahogany kit that's really beautiful sounding, super warm. The low end is maybe a little bit more pronounced on those drums, like the kicks and floor toms have a little bit more oomph to them. But at the end of the day, it's like you could kind of get any of these kits, and with different heads and a drum key and a good ear, you can kind of go anywhere you want with them. And that's a big reason why, why I play Ludwig, is they just kind of do everything really, really well, and they've been doing that for a long time. Thanks so much, everybody, for checking out this kit with me. It's really beautiful visually and sonically, and you can only buy it at Sweetwater, so check them out.